It's time to do my review of Assassin's Creed 2 for the PlayStation 3. Let's get started. Now I'm going to be critiquing Assassin's Creed 2 on 4 areas: graphics, story, gameplay, and miscellaneous. Let's get started. Now, the graphics in Assassin's Creed 2 are astounding. They're beautiful. They are definitely a slight improvement over Assassin's Creed. Things look a lot more glossier. They look shinier, more crisp, more clear, more defined, and they look real fluid. Very fluidy, very flowy, that's the word I'm looking for. They flow very nicely and they blend in nicely with their surroundings. So graphically, it's pleasing to the eye. There is a bit of a disconnect, I feel, that the characters models seem a little bit different. It's one of the first things you'll notice is that Desmond doesn't look exactly like he did in Assassin's Creed, nor does Lucy, and they introduce some new characters as well. But character models, they look, I don't want to say cheaper, but they go back and forth from being really designed and presented well to others are just, whoa, doesn't look as good as I thought it would. But graphically it's a pleasing game, and it's nice. Moving on. The story of Assassin's Creed 2, I'm going to have to say Assassin's Creed had the better storyline, but this storyline really takes a really sci-fi turn. It really creates this second layer of the story that you really don't, you get bits and pieces of as you play through the game, but it really begins to make more sense at the end. And let me just say that the ending to this game, or close to the ending of the game, there's some events, story plot events, that are essentially one giant WTF. What the hell am I seeing? What the hell am I hearing? It's like breaking the fourth wall here. And I can't believe that's the kind of storyline that they went with for this game. And I can definitely see it's going to be a trend for Assassin's Creed 3 whenever we hear about it. Other than the huge WTF moment and like, holy crap, that's what the story's about, it's a good story. It's sci-fi. It mixes that kind of Renaissance-y kind of medieval feel with a sci-fi storyline. The formula works. Why mess with it? So the story is awesome. You really feel more connected to Ezio than perhaps Altair, and definitely you get to see a bit more of a connection with Desmond and Ezio, as well as Desmond and Lucy, and I like it. The story is very good. Definitely an improvement over Assassin's Creed 2. Even if it's got a little... I said Assassin's Creed 2. It's definitely, in some ways, an improvement over Assassin's Creed, but at the same time, Assassin's Creed is still better than Assassin's Creed 2 in terms of storyline. Moving on. The gameplay. The gameplay is essentially the same. You can climb whatever you want, you can fight the way you want. Fights are a little bit more dynamic, a little bit faster, a little bit not so much as waiting for the enemy. They actually strike you a little bit more. AI is definitely a little bit tougher. But you can still abuse the battle system, combat system. You can definitely abuse it. So, gameplay-wise, it's pretty simple. They definitely included more assassinations, which is excellent. Very good. Assassinations were one of the things that I felt there should have been more of in the first game, and they definitely deliver a lot more assassination missions, and you don't have to do the tedious, eavesdropping and pickpocketing, but you do have to do things of that nature, just not for every single assassination. So they're getting closer to the stride, to the perfect streak of how this gameplay and assassination quests and missions have to go. They're doing a lot better on that, and I can't wait to see what Assassin's Creed 3 brings to the table. The other elements of the gameplay, I'm going to move right into the miscellaneous section. You can loot treasure chests. You can repair a town. You're basically your home base, if you will. You can find codex pages which teach you new things, give you new weapons. You can there's assassin's tombs that you can explore, which are really take you out of this sort of stealth mode into this like puzzle platformer kind of thing, and it's really awesome. You can get Altair's armor. That's awesome. You can they included this. They included repairing armor, buying new weapons, kind of this like kind of shop system. So you have sort of a currency system going on. I liked some element of it, some of it I didn't. I think there's not enough variety, or at least I always stick with the hidden blades. Actually, you have 2 of them in this one, or swords. I mean, there's really no point in using anything else. You can collect feathers, which is similar to the flags. There's not as many of them, although there's not a whole lot of miscellaneous stuff other than treasure chests and codex pages and little trinkets here and there. Nothing much else. There was something I just remembered about the gameplay that they've changed. You can now swim, and there is a part where you get to fly using a invention of Leonardo da Vinci's. That's cool, and I definitely want to see more stuff like that in Assassin's Creed 3. But overall, I must say that Assassin's Creed 2 improves upon the original, takes it in a different direction. It's a good direction. Players may have a varied experience, different opinions on it, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Assassin's Creed 2 is a very good game. It's deserving of its sequel to Assassin's Creed, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.